We all know that one of the number one ways to grow your show is by being a guest on other people's podcasts. Now, this is so important that we are doing this correctly, not wasting our time and not wasting our fellow podcasters' time either. Today, we're going to talk through some of the common mistakes that pitchers make when they would like to be a guest on someone's podcast. Hello, and welcome back to another episode of Successful Podcasting Unlocked. I'm your host, Alicia Galati, and I'm the founder of Galati Media, a full-service podcast management agency where we help business owners launch and maintain lead-generating shows. Today's question is, what are the common podcast pitching mistakes that people make? Now, why is this even important to podcasters? This is important because one of the number one ways to quickly and efficiently grow your show, to reach your ideal listener where they are listening to podcasts, is by being a guest on other people's podcasts. This is a strategy that we have seen work over and over and over again for our clients. And I know that if your focus is to increase the number of downloads you're getting or to increase your audience, this is something that you're going to want to focus on as well. There are typically 4 mistakes that we see people make when they would like to pitch themselves to be a guest on someone else's podcast. And I want you to consider, as a podcaster, what is it that you would like when someone wants to be on your show? There's usually a criteria that you're looking for, or at least some type of mutual respect that you expect when someone is sending you a pitch to be on your show. So consider that first and foremost. But the first mistake that we have seen people make when they're pitching to be on any of the shows that we've managed, where we are tending to get a lot of these really terrible pitches, the first is that they don't take the time to research the show. They're not listening. They don't look to even see if the podcast accepts guests. They don't look at what the topics of the podcast are. They simply think, oh, it's a marketing podcast. I work in marketing. They would be lucky to have me. That is not okay. You have to do your upfront research when you would like to pitch to be on someone's show. It's important that you listen to at least a few episodes, that you skim through their backlog. Most likely, if they are an established podcaster, meaning they've been podcasting for a while and they have quite a range of topics, you will actually see that they probably have touched on your topic already. One thing that you can do to increase your chances in being accepted as a guest is to go back and listen to that episode. Find something in that episode that you can use to expound upon, to add more value for their audience. It allows the host to have backlinks to that episode, to encourage more people to go back and listen, and it shows that you took the time and the effort to actually care about the content that was being created. The second mistake is that you're not giving a personalized pitch. You are simply copying and pasting what somebody else told you to do and then throwing it in an email and expecting it to land. That is not going to work in podcasting, and I'm pretty sure it doesn't work in any pitching industry, any PR, any of that. You need to find some type of personalization or even commonality between you and the host, you and the content. However you can, make it more personal. In a world of pitches, terrible pitches written by ChatGPT, it is important that you are creating something that shows that you're a human, that you are actually putting thought into this, and that you genuinely care not only about the host, but about their listeners as people. The third mistake that most people make, and that you're probably making as well, is that you're not connecting with the host outside of simply pitching. This is something that can actually increase your chances in being accepted as a guest. Go follow them on social media. Go see where else they have been engaging and connect with them on another level there. Maybe your pitch comes through and they're thinking, I don't know if this person is right for this particular time, But if you stay engaging, you stay interacting, they're more likely to say yes because they see that you're a real person, you're giving real value, and you're not just trying to, the best way I can eloquently say this is hit it and quit it. But you're not trying to do that. You're trying to actually have a connection and some type of collaboration with this host. The fourth mistake that most people are making when they are trying to pitch to be on a podcast is that they don't follow up. It's important that you are following up, and I know that there's tends to be no rhyme or reason with how many times you should follow up. Is it 3? Is it 4? Is it ongoing forever and ever? I tend to go with 3 total emails, my initial pitch, and then 2 more after that. So 1 follow-up about a week or 2 later, and then I wait a month or 2 from that one, depending on my own capacity and what I have the ability to follow up on. And I keep that in a running spreadsheet. You can keep it in anything like ClickUp or a Google Sheet. It really helps you be able to go back and track when did you send that last follow-up email, but make sure that you're following up. People are busy. Podcasters have a huge backlog of people trying to be a guest on their show. The ratio of podcast hosts to those trying to be guests is astronomical. So in order to stand out of the crowd, you have to do these 4 things better. Do you have your own podcasting questions? If you do, I would love to answer them on the podcast here. You can go to successfulpodcastingunlocked.com to submit your question to be answered on a future episode. Until next time, happy podcasting.